The Scholastic Ball Report is sponsored by UK Sports Medicine and brought to you by Central Bank, Crown Trophy, Panel Swim Shop, PRAS, PrepSpin.com, Raising Cane's, Rafferty's, Roberts Insurance, Sutherland Chevrolet, and by Whitaker Bank.
And welcome into the Scholastic Ball Report. Gary Ball with Rob Bowler. Always great to have you as co-host, Rob. You do such a tremendous job for all the high school kids in Kentucky.
I appreciate you asking me to help you out. It's a lot of fun.
And Rob, today the LCA Eagles, the football team, what a signature win they had last Friday against Lexington Catholic.
What a program, just a program advancing win.
Exactly.
I mean, it's a great time for to be a Lexington Christian Eagle.
We've got three of the seniors from that football team in, along with Coach Ashley. They're 4-0, ranked number 5 in the state in AA. Our feature, what a great feature, Hunter Hubbard. He's a young man at South Laurel. We're going to have a feature on him, and I think the folks are really going to like this feature.
I think it's going to be great. He's overcome a lot to participate in athletics. And
our scholar athletes are from down at Frankfort. They're from Franklin County High School. These three young ladies are just tremendous in the classroom. You're talking 4.0 GPAs, 3.9 GPAs, and 3.7 GPAs.
Tremendous student athletes to the nth degree, and the undefeated Franklin County Lady Flyers at that.
Absolutely. So, you did your homework, didn't you?
I did my homework.
You did your homework. And then we're going down 27 to see Don Gabbard. It's another great Sutherland Chevrolet drive of the week as we head down 27. And a special guest in the UK sports segment, Julian Tackett, the commissioner of the Kentucky High School Athletics.
I had asked the commissioner, we're going to provide an announcement that affects not only the KHSAA, UK sports medicine, but all sports medicine providers throughout the entire state.
And what a big deal it is.
It is a huge deal.
It's coming, so you don't want to miss that.
Right.
All that coming up, plus the best highlights in the state of Kentucky. We call them game time out here at WKYT with Brian Milam. These highlights brought to you by PrepSpin.com, the digital high school sports network.
Madison Central, fresh off its impressive win against rival Madison Southern, while Douglas looking for its first 3-game winning streak in school history. No homecoming king was crowned at this game tonight. Let's head over to the farm at Hamburg. The Creeks only lost came to Douglas. The Broncos hosting Madison Central tonight. Like I said, third quarter, Broncos up 13-7, looking to add to their lead, but Montavian Bean going up top, and Micah Lowe can't come down with it. Instead, it's intercepted by Ben Snap. All Snap. Following a Central punt, that's Douglas's Jefferson Harkless going in from a yard out, 19-7. Douglas after a failed 2-point conversion. Then near the end of the third, there's Gavin Buggan at quarterback, and he goes long to Micah Lowe. This time he comes down with it, hits him in stride for the touchdown. Douglas wins again, 25-15.
A battle of top 10 teams in Class 2A, Walton, Verona, and LCA. The Eagles won last year 51-9. LCA's Logan Nevis, reigning athlete of the week, to Darius Smith, touchdown. LCA backed up. Nevis' pass is picked off in the end zone, and the Bearcats strike back. But after that, it was all LCA, and the Eagles, no trouble, 48-13.
And welcome back into the Scholastic Ball Report. And thanks to Roberts Insurance, Bob Roberts Insurance. They are just tremendous folks out there on Main Street in Richmond, Kentucky. They insure 3/4 of this great state of Kentucky. Speaking of this great state, from right here in Lexington, the Eagles of Lexington Christian, Coach Ashley, a big night last Friday night for your football program. And these three guys had a big role in that, didn't they?
Yeah, it was huge. Beating Lexington Catholic was, for the first time in school history, football-wise, and being able to do that for us is a signature win. Something these seniors haven't lost to Lexington Catholic in all their years of playing them, but finally get it as a senior group has been huge. So,
sure, Coach. Who do we have in the studio with us tonight?
We got Logan Nevis, quarterback for us, Wade Drake and Drayden Burton, both receivers, and a linebacker and defensive back. And they've done a tremendous job for us as we've gone throughout this year, going 4-0 and starting hot yet again. Here for the last 2 years, we've done the same thing, and we can hope to continue to see it roll. Great crop of seniors we have this year at LCA, and being able to go out there with a lot of seniority and a lot of leadership, and more importantly, the experience of big-time games. With a youthful group, it might have been hard.
Sure.
Logan, Coach mentioned experience. You're a senior, so you're the leader of the football team. Do you feel like you're in total command out there now, operating the team?
On the offense, I definitely feel a sense of command, but we've got, great senior leadership throughout the class all over the field.
How many seniors are on the team, by the way, at LCA?
More than 10. 14.
More than 10, okay.
14.
Okay, that's
Double
good.
digits.
Good.
Yes, sir.
Wade, they talk about offense selling tickets.
And it does.
Defense wins championships, though. Talk a little bit about how this has come about with the Eagles in 2017.
Well, I mean, yeah, our offense is we have a really good offense, and we have a lot to show, and we do a lot of different formations, and we can do a lot out of it. And our defense, our defense is a huge part of our team. That's how we win games.
Right.
I mean, we can score as much as we want on the offense, but if we don't hold them on defense, then they're just going to score
if they don't score.
Mm-hmm. Sure.
Drayden, you're a senior. What do you feel will carry the team this year that for maybe you haven't seen in the past? What do you feel that this year, the ingredient this team has this year that could carry you to the state?
This team has a lot of experience, like Coach Ashley and the other guys said, a lot of senior leaders. But I think the biggest thing about us is our brotherhood. We've been playing together since probably 6th or 7th grade, and Coach Ashley was actually my coach when I was in 6th grade. So we've been together for a while, and I think that cohesion and that togetherness will really help us win some games this year.
Coach Ashley, the win last week against Lexington Catholic was huge for your program. Talk a little bit about now you're starting to get into district play, and talk about your little bit of your pre-district competition that you guys have faced. You guys have really stepped up with the amount of the different teams that you guys have played. Now you're getting close to district time.
Yeah, we played, at Pikeville and played Louisville Wagner with a bunch of talented Division I kids. They just had another kid, accept a walk-on spot at UK just recently, and the speed we saw first week was something that I think benefited us when we saw a Wildcat type quarterback, and we drove 3 hours to Vincennes, Lincoln, in Indiana. And then, of course, last week against Catholic, playing another top of the crop 3A team each and every year. It's always in the hunt. And so when we get into our district play, we're always playing studs, from Middlesboro, Somerset, and Danville. And everybody knows Danville's been a heated battle the past few years along with Somerset. So, that hopefully will get us to a point where hopefully those games are a little easier.
Great.
Well, Coach, thank you all for coming in. You're doing a great job, and look forward to seeing you down the road. Thank you for coming in on the show.
Thank you very much.
Good luck.
The LCA Eagles undefeated, one of the top 5 teams in the state in AA football. Now Carly Bell from WYMT is going to tell us about a special young man down there at South Laurel.
The sport of football is more than just a game to some people.
I've always dreamed of being, a football mom, a cheerleader mom, or, a sports mom.
When you have a son like Hunter Hubbard, that's very hard.
Well, Hank.
Look, Hunter has autism, but that didn't stop him from being on a team.
Someone came to me and said, Coach, this young man loves football. He always wanted to be a Cardinal. Would you have a problem with him running out on the field on a Friday night with you? And I said, we can do one better than that. Let's bring him into the locker room. Let's let him be part of the pregame speech. Let's let him see how the boys get ready before a game. Let's take him out on the field. Let's bring him back in at halftime. Let him spend the whole night with us.
I mean, my heart was pounding, and when we took off, it was like, he's part of this team.
When he was little, he wouldn't do loud noises. And when he was little, he wouldn't, do the big crowds. So now, he loves that, and he loves being with the football team.
And this also made just as big of an impact on the players.
It was awesome for someone to come in here and think it's so cool to see us like that when we just do it every day.
Who knows? You may hear this.
Next up, number 84, Hunter Hubbard.
Yes, Hunter Hubbard. And
because someone this joyful has to be recognized for the impact they've made on others.
He just, he's just been a blessing.
In London,
Hey, 7 on 3.
Carly Bell.
1, 2, 3, 4.
WYMT Mountain Sports.
Welcome back into our Scholar Athletes of the Week from Franklin County High School, and my intern, Josie Tackett from Franklin County. You specifically wanted to sit in on this interview, didn't you? Because these young ladies, you all know them. You're probably best friends with most of them, aren't you? Let's start with Miss Quinn here. Is that what I should call you, Quinn? Any other nicknames? Okay. No, with a 3.62 grade point average, you're also an all-state soccer player. You chose Winthrop. What made you decide on Winthrop University?
When I went down the first time, I just knew it was where I wanted to be. It's got a great location, and I also get to go there with one of my teammates on my travel team, Lexi Shealy. She's going to go, and that's going to make it a lot easier to
adapt.
Adapt into college.
Exactly.
Madeline, you have a 4.09 and you're all region. What do you think keeps you grounded in academics and athletics?
What keeps me grounded is I'm really determined to try to make myself better in all aspects of everything I do. All activities, I always make sure that I have time for each activity to make sure I'm better myself. Try hard at practice, do schoolwork, do my homework, study for tests, all that fun stuff. So, yeah.
Fun stuff. I like how she called it fun stuff. Yeah. Fun stuff, Coach. Haley, you've got a 3.91, so obviously you're very smart in the classroom. Who do you credit with your great academic efficiency? Who do you give credit for that?
Well, I think I put a lot of effort into the classroom because I don't think I'm going to be a professional soccer player, so I definitely make sure my studies are good, and my parents push me to get all my work done and everything, so.
Yeah.
Coach, tell us a little bit about your team this year and the roles that these ladies play on the team.
Awesome. It's an exciting year that we've got going on at Franklin County this fall with our soccer team. These three young ladies have been a part of the program. Haley for 5 years, I think Madeline or Bug, we call her, and Quinn for 6 years. So they've grown up in the program. This is my 5th year as the head coach, and just three great seniors here who help put this team together, and they've put it on their shoulders and have carried it. You think about in soccer, you really got to be strong up the middle of the field, and that's what you see with these three gals. Right. Quinn's our striker, Bug's our midfield, Haley's my center back, and I mean we got some other great players that are around them, but these three young ladies have helped us get to the point where we are right now in the season, and we're just excited about the rest of the season, what's coming up for us.
You're going to Winthrop. How about your other two? Any college decisions yet on that? Where you're headed for college? Have you narrowed it down to any? Or
I'm kind of looking all over the place.
Good.
I mean, I'm talking to different coaches from all over Ohio, Indiana, Kentucky, just kind of everywhere.
How about you, Kimberly?
I've talked to a few coaches, but I'm still not 100% sure if I want to play in college, so I'm just chilling and looking around.
And you never know about the pro thing. You might end up playing pro
could be there.
You never know about pro soccer. Well, Ryan Tyson at Crown Trophy has been presenting plaques to our student athletes for 15 years now. If you'll pass that down, each one of you get one, and you'll take that over there, and they'll put your name and school in there for free. And keep up the great work there, Coach. You're doing a tremendous job in your 5th year, and young ladies, obviously, you're doing it in class and out there on the soccer field. Thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you.
Great
That's our scholars from Franklin County High School. Now we're going to head down Nicholasville, I-27, to the Sutherland Chevrolet Drive of the Week.
Time now for the Sutherland Chevrolet Drive of the Week. Fleming County's Josh Crump looking to pass, and he hooks up with Jaden Campbell. Just when it looks like Campbell's about to score inside the 5-yard line, he gets stripped by Justin Carosi of Montgomery County. He picks it up at the 9-yard line, gets a block, and oh no, he's going to go all the way. Justin Carosi goes 91 yards. 14-0 Montgomery County. That's your Sutherland Chevrolet Drive of the Week.
Back into our UK Sports Medicine segment with my intern Cole Wilson from Model, Gary Ball, Rob Butler, Commissioner Julian Tackett. Always great to have you on the show. Thanks for taking out your time.
Not a problem. Great to be here, Gary.
First, I'm going to ask you, Rob, what is the Corey Stringer Institute? What is that?
So the Corey Stringer Institute was created and named for Corey Stringer, who was an all-pro offensive tackle for the Minnesota Vikings, who passed away in 2001 unexpectedly. So there was a nonprofit organization created that really looked for and really excelled to create youth safety and also to create safety patterns and safety standards across the United States. And it's based out of University of Connecticut.
And those safety standards have really carried over to this state of Kentucky with what we're about to talk with the commissioner about here.
Definitely.
Commissioner, Kentucky was ranked second in the nation in the latest health and safety ranking for high school athletics. What exactly does this mean?
Well, I think it's a culmination of a lot of years worth of work, Cole. It's a lot of partnership with our docs, with our sports medicine folks in our schools, and all the way up to and including the General Assembly who helped us get some things passed. I think the emphasis on safety has been strong. It's actually what a lot of people don't know is the Corey Stringer death is what motivated us to get involved with KMA and really start looking at heat. For years we had done things with concussion and helmet impact, but we really hadn't done much on heat, and that's what got us really discussing it back in the day, as they say.
Right. Commish, should we give any love to who's number one? Or?
Well, I mean, obviously, a lot of people in this area don't like North Carolina, but we'll take number 2.
Yeah, number 2.
No,
really
the rankings are only as valid as you really want to make them, but we're very proud, but it's not at all a destination. It's just a waypoint on the journey for us.
Good point.
Right. So the ways we can improve is, I think, that accessibility to athletic trainers throughout the state. Yep. We can thank, like Commissioner Tackett said, is the legislator. The KHSAA was huge in this. The KMA, the athletic trainers in this state, I think, is really big in creating this sort of thing.
Well, you've been at this obviously a long time, Julian. I mean, you've been with the KHSAA. The improvements that have been made in this area, I mean, you're number 2 in the country. The improvements made in this area are just remarkable, what you all have done.
Well, it's a constant focus.
Yeah.
It really is. We have to recognize the need for personnel, but also the need to keep up with the latest research, whether it's what we just did with fast pitch softball or helmet emphasis with football. You can never stop in your efforts to make kids safe playing.
And the thing about it is all that information that Commissioner just talked about is on the KHSAA.org. You can go there, and there's a lot of wealth of information there.
Right, and a lot of states look towards Kentucky and the KHSAA to create their standards, and we're really the leaders in the nation on sports safety for these youth athletes.
Congratulations for that number 2. That's remarkable.
Thanks a lot. It's a partnership effort, but we're certainly glad it occurred.
Thank you, Commissioner. Thank you, Rob, as always.
Thank you.
That's UK Sports Medicine. There's their website and their phone number. Check them out. They've got the walk-in clinic. Thanks to our great guest, Rob, and Commissioner Tackett, and of course, we couldn't do it without Cole Wilson from Model. Now we're going to these final highlights, highlights of a Friday night game time with Brian Milam, right here, brought to you by PrepSpin.
The bitter rivals Anderson County and Franklin County got it on after the band played. Second quarter, the Flyers quarterback Jesse Thurman from the 10 around the near side goes in to cut the Anderson County lead 27-7. Less than a minute to go before the half. Bearcats trying to capitalize on a turnover. Zach Labhart, he's running like his older brother, and he's down to the goal line, and then just give it to the guy that brought you there. Zach Labhart again, 33-7 as time expires in the opening half, and it was all Anderson County over Franklin County, 46-13.
Southwestern coming into this game following its first loss of the season last week to Henry Clay, but Madison Southern was saying, hey, it's hammer time. But on the very first play of the game, Southwestern's Drew Sawyers hooks up with J.P. Vaught, and he does the rest. 67 yards for the touchdown, just 20 seconds into the game. The popcorn hadn't even cooled off. 7-0 Warriors. Madison Southern, though, answers on the first drive. Landon Stacy can't find a receiver open, so he does the selfish thing. Well, it was actually a really good thing. Tucks it and runs down the sideline. 70 yards to the house. No one going to catch him. Ties the score at 7-7. Madison Southern wins 23-20.
Great job on my interns and Rob Ullery co-hosting. Always great to have you. It was great having Julian Tackett, the commissioner of the KHSAA, number 2 in the nation, the state of Kentucky.
And that's a great honor, and that's why I really wanted Commissioner Tackett to express that. There's a press release on the KHSAA website. The Kentucky Athletic Trainers website is also going to have a press release. Like I said, it's great news to put out there that people are working hard to keep our young student athletes safe.
Josie, you already knocking down threes there for the Lady Flyers?
Yeah.
I bet you are. And tennis, you got a big tournament coming up, don't you?
Sort of, yeah. Always playing, always playing.
As always on the Scholastic Ball Report, for those you see and those you don't see,
keep your eye on the Scholastic Ball Report.
The Scholastic Ball Report is sponsored by UK Sports Medicine and brought to you by Central Bank, Crown Trophy, Panel Swim Shop, PRAS, PrepSpin.com, Raising Cane's, Rafferty's, Roberts Insurance, Sutherland Chevrolet, and by Whitaker Bank.